All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. We are here for another Discovery Expo live event. Thank you guys for joining us today. We're pretty excited because today obviously has been, excuse me, pretty Xbox centric, and we wanted to make sure that we were able to end this week with something to leave with all this Xbox content before we head into a completely new week, completely new topics. And so we wanted to provide obviously a quick recap for what we took a look at this week, and then we're going to head into a couple talking points about really what it means to be the next generation of gaming. So again, welcome everybody. Happy Thursday. Hopefully your morning is going pretty well. We're almost to the end of the week. Yet again, we did it. Fierce retail pros, we did it. Yes, we did. But today, hopefully you guys enjoy our final piece of Xbox content, and we'll head into our beautiful Win Big Right Now session tomorrow. So thanks again for taking a look at our content today, and hopefully you enjoy a couple things that you can take away for what it really means to be the next generation of gaming. So first of all, you can't bring up the next generation of gaming without mentioning the power of the Series X. The performance and the processing power that you're going to see, it honestly rivals specs that exist in top tier gaming towers running AMD products like the RTX 2070 Super, which is actually what I run in my gaming PC. And if you actually pull apart the specs and look at the processing power for what the Series X will be delivering, it's pretty insane to be able to look at the comparison between that and say a gaming tower that exists and be able to actually provide similar level of processing power. So that's pretty sweet. Also, we know that with the console we've got the power and the ability to put forth a console playing experience like never before. So if there were a base for having console covered, well, we're good. Series X definitely satisfies all the different needs and desires that we're looking for in terms of the console playing experience. But Xbox obviously isn't going to stop there. We've also got the best deal in gaming with Xbox Game Pass. Access to that library of games to try and play. The fun never really ends. And with new titles coming in every month, there's always something new to look forward to. Then of course we've got Game Pass Ultimate, which will bring that Xbox experience to multiple devices now. And that's also thanks to Project xCloud, since we know that September 15th is the tentative date right now. But on September 15th, Project xCloud will be added to the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate service for free. It's never been a better time to play the games you want on the devices you want with the friends you want. And lastly, but certainly not least, we have our re-engineered Xbox Series X controller, which we don't take a look at too often, but it actually is, it's a pretty cool standard controller as far as what we've seen in the past that has been sold with the console. And it's got textured grips, it's got the ability to capture and send content with just one button. And also it comes down to the ability to, again, have a standard controller that comes with the console that's not only compatible with that console, but you can actually pair that with your PC, with your mobile devices, with your tablets, whatever it may be. So right out of the box, as part of your purchase of the console, you'll have an accessory that is going to work on multiple different devices. Now, in terms of speaking to Xbox and what it means to the next generation of gaming, I did want to provide that quick recap for where we've kind of come throughout this week. So we've had our Xbox hardware session with Ryan J. Whitehead from Canada. Thank you, Ryan. Great job. Who took us kind of through the different spec lists of what we can expect with hardware with the console and really how that's going to change the gameplay. Then we kind of took it to the games realm, or the Game Pass realm rather, as that is one of our hero services for this ecosystem. So we had a nice session on Tuesday about Xbox Game Pass and more, and really what that means with features like Project xCloud coming to the service in September, how that's changing the dynamic and really the look of where the value comes from with that service. Then we had a little bit of a showmanship moment, if you will, with our good friend Richard from Canada doing the game showcase recap. We showcased our top 5 announcements from the show. Obviously, there's plenty more that happened during that showcase. So if you would like to take a look at the full showcase, we actually do have the entire showcase with commentary from myself, Ryan, and Rav from Canada as well. Really, really fun time, and that is on our YouTube channel. So feel free to take a look at that if you would like. And you can see all that was announced during that showcase. So those are the kind of pieces of content that we've followed through so far this week. But now we actually wanted to take a look at what does it mean when Xbox talks about the next generation of gaming? Like, what does that really mean in terms of how that's broken up? And the way that Xbox looks at it is, A, you've got the most powerful console ever. You have the re-engineered inside out, designed for speed and performance, play more, wait less, and games play even better. Now, if we wanted to unpack each of those different pillars for what it means to be the next generation of gaming, it would look something like this. In terms of having the most powerful console ever, we cite things like the Xbox Series X is powered by the custom-designed processor leveraging AMD's latest Zen 2 and RDNA 2 architectures. Lots and lots of processing power. And then the new system on a chip, or the SoC as we've come to be familiar with them as, it's been built from the ground up for speed and performance, giving us that combined 12 teraflops of GPU processing power. So those are just a few things that we mention when it comes to how do we explain why our console is the most powerful ever. Re-engineered inside out, we talk about things like the 3 airflow channels evenly distributing the temperatures. Ryan went through a couple of these aspects as well. When you're running a console that has so much processing power, you got to be able to cool things down. So they've definitely looked at every angle of how this console is going to perform, making sure that we're not only getting that top tier performance that we can expect, but that the console long term is sustainable in actually holding that high quality performance consistently. And when we talk about play more, wait less, obviously we're talking about quick resume and the ability to have faster loading screens, if loading screens at all even exist. All of these different features that make our consumers' experience better on a console is going to come from this new generation of gaming and really what that means. Then we've got games play even better. And this is a really big point that I always like to make, is it's not just about games playing better on our console. It's literally about giving developers a brand new world of tools to make their content better. So bringing their titles and their projects to levels that they never thought were possible because they're able to leverage the tech in the Series X console. So it's a pretty cool thing to point out that not only do we all win, which is great because we're all gamers and we want to win, but the developers win too. So the side of creating this content for us to enjoy is actually getting, I don't want to say easier, but hopefully certain processes have become more streamlined, or developers are able to achieve different levels of performance that they wouldn't have been otherwise able to do without the Series X. All right, so we've gone through our controller, the Game Pass, the console, but really, again, this session is about what does it mean to be that next level. And really the way that we break that down into what does it look like past launch. Once the Series X is out, once everyone's enjoying it, they're playing on their mobile phones, they're enjoying Project xCloud, great, there's our experience. But how does that look for, let's say, the next 10 years? How does that actually expand into something more and more interesting? And what we've noticed is that it comes down to these 3 C's: content, community, and cloud. Now, each of these components are clearly visible in the ecosystem come Series X launch, and with our recent game showcase, we've seen updates from 9 out of the 15 studios associated with Xbox Game Studios, in addition to plenty of third-party content as well. Now, the community aspect, well, we know that's always been strong, and being able to play the games you want on the devices you want with the friends you want is simply allowing Xbox to grow their community and reach a group of gamers that were never even considered reaching in the past. And then lastly, that cloud component. With features like Project xCloud, it's clear that Xbox is taking their ecosystem to more devices and more gamers by leveraging the cloud services to not only save game data, but to actually allow AAA titles to be played on a mobile phone without decreasing the experience value. And then again, we have a killer console coming soon with the largest, most diverse games lineup in Xbox history, coupled with a game-changing service in Xbox Game Pass. And that's all topped off with the perfect attached accessories like the Elite Series 2 and our standard Xbox Series X controller. And these things can offer the best-in-class experience for what it means to game on Xbox. And when we look past launch, those 3 C's, content, community, and cloud, are going to prove true for where the brand is looking to go long-term. Now again, ladies and gents, I certainly appreciate you all coming and taking the time to enjoy some Xbox content with us. I hope that you enjoyed our content from today, our quick recap of the week, and then obviously where Xbox is positioned and looking to go past launch. So look for more services, possibly going to be leveraging our cloud services. Our services are going to get better as we head into the next couple of weeks and pre-launch. So very excited to see what changes or alterations come there. And as always, ladies and gents, very excited for those games. Very excited for those games to come out. Lots of launch exclusives. Again, check the game showcase if you didn't already get the chance to watch that all the way through. So that is going to be it for us today. Quick recap, talking about the new generation of gaming, Xbox Beyond Gaming. And so we have time for our secret word, ladies and gents. And it's going to be cloud. Our secret word for the day is cloud. Make sure that you got that. Make sure you see that. It's all over the screen. I'm going to give it a second. Make sure everybody can see that beautiful faded transition. I see you all in the chat. Welcome everyone. Good to see you. Secret word is cloud, ladies and gentlemen. Cloud. Cloud! All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it. Again, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. And it was actually really fun this week. Me and Ryan had a blast creating a lot of the content and going through all the different aspects of Xbox. And of course, Richard G coming in hot with that Xbox Game Showcase recap. A lot of really cool content this week, and we're very much excited for next week to start. So win big right meow tomorrow. Hey, get those referrals in, huh? Get those referrals in, because then maybe you'll be that one person in the chat that gets a positive call out tomorrow when all the captains are here ready to throw shade. Referrals. Thank you, ladies and gents. Have a safe and great rest of your week. We will see you tomorrow morning. Thank you.